of a soft launch of a new project that I would love to introduce to you. It's called Project PANOPOLY. As you can imagine, it's inspired by a very popular game. I don't really want to get copyrighted or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and do my best not to say the name of the original game. But yeah, I was inspired by it. I saw a custom game board during my family trip, and I was like, I think I could do this for panning, Project Panning. So I kind of came up with this idea in my head, and I'm trying to see if it can be a reality, if it works. So I actually made an entire website for it. This is just hosted on Google Sites, nothing fancy. I'm not being sponsored. I'm not trying to go on my way to pay for anything, but I just wanted kind of everything in one place. So if anybody wants to join me, you can visit the site. I'll have it in the description box below. But you can honestly just hopefully search Project Panoply and it'll show up, or at least use, the URL sites.google.com/view/Project Panoply and be able to get to this page. So yeah, I just wanted everything in one page, and I'm still working out all the kinks, so which is why it's kind of a soft launch. I feel like there's a lot of moving parts to this version of the game that I'm trying to make. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see if this filming setup works as well. This is definitely a little different, and we'll see if it works out. So first of all, when you visit the site, I went ahead and kind of did a quick intro to how to play. There is a game board, which I'll show you very shortly, and you just kind of roll the dice and move around the game board. It's not like the original game where you're like collecting money and trying to win and trying to gain property and things like that. It's not. I'm just kind of using the game board as a way of getting prompts, and then, other ways of getting usage goals and things like that, just to make it like a traditional Project Pan where you choose your products and you have usage goals for it. But just kind of using this as a mechanism, as a delivery, form of delivery for the Project Pan. So that's kind of the story behind it. But I have a few things kind of in here that I think are really cool and that I'll try to point out, and just, things to make it more exciting. Of course, me as a project panner and the way I project pan is not typical. So I tried to put a little bit of that in here as well. What I think is fun, I also put in here. So it's a little bit of me, I think, in a project pan, which I'm very, very excited to share with you. There's really no deadline for this, no start date, no end date. I think this is when you're ready to jump in, you can go ahead and jump in. I suggested about monthly updates if you want to, but you can put that into your filming update schedule whenever you would like. And yeah, from there, let's just go ahead and jump in, and I'll try to kind of fill in the holes as I go. Please go ahead and comment if you feel like there's anything I need to clarify on. But please visit this page because I do have kind of an FAQ at the bottom, which might clear a few things up, but I'd be happy to mention it in a video in the future as well. So I did mention in here that while you can access it on a mobile device, it's not optimized for that. It works, but it probably wouldn't be very fun. So try to access it on desktop or a tablet or something like that. Hopefully that will make it a little easier. So Project Panoply, let's go. So pretty much I have embedded a ton of stuff in here because I'm not a software developer, so I can't like write it in here and make it look super duper nice. So unfortunately, you might see some ads from the way I embedded things and just how some websites are set up. So you already see that the first thing here is that to roll a dice, I have two here for you. So basically, how this one works is you can either press go and you can roll a dice, or you can press start and it kind of rolls it like that, and then you can press stop and get your number here. So that's how that one works. If it's not working for you for some reason, you can either roll your own dice if you have two, or you can use this link to also access this page that I use as well. I know in some games, if you roll a double, it can lead to other either consequences or things like that, but not here. I think that's just going to count for your spaces. So here we go. Let me show you the board. I'm very excited. I can't show you the full board using this browser right now, but as you can see, I tried to set it up like the game board. I'm super proud of how it came out, and it's super cute. But as you can see, it's pretty typical to what you see in the game board. It's 10 spaces to kind of get across the board. Each corner kind of has a unique prompt here, and then kind of sprinkled in between are the prompts. There's some challenge wheels and some more generic prompts, some more specific prompts, some you choose prompts, some moving prompts. So hopefully as we play, it'll make more sense. But I'm just really excited for you guys to even just see the board, because I'm just so proud of how it came out and all the little, like, little things that I put in there, which maybe I'll try to mention as I go along. So let's go ahead and then let me introduce the challenge wheel. So I actually have two wheels as a part of this game. One is a challenge wheel. Instead of picking up a card, I just chose a challenge wheel, and these challenges are actually both prompts for products as well as for activities. So some of them are like cleaning your makeup brushes and your makeup palettes. Sometimes just a good wipe down just helps us feel better. So it's not even anything hard or anything like super crazy difficult, but it's just like good practice things that I think we should do for our makeup collections, which sometimes I forget to do. So that's why I built it in here. Other prompts are like chopping block, seasonal, maybe something that's almost done, maybe something that's brand new, or other activities like try a makeup trend or try a new makeup technique, something like that. I might refresh these every once in a while, maybe quarterly or every trimester. I'm already thinking of things like try a 5-minute face or like do a 10-minute face or something like that. I think, things like that would be interesting. So, check back in here and like you might see some things change from this introduction video. I also have a random use wheel. For me, I really love randomizing the number of uses I get for things. I'm just weird like that. But I know for some other people, you would rather do like, just straight up 10 uses for every prompt that you get. So I'm letting you choose if you want to use this or not, but I just put it in here in case you would like to use it. So that's just, again, my panning style in the project pan. And then at the bottom here, I also just kind of more thoroughly listed out the rules and kind of, different situations that you might end up in, and kind of what to do there. And then also just some FAQ stuff about like, what does PANOPOLY mean? It's a real word, actually. And then, it's unfortunately it's not an interactive game board. I don't have the skills for that, but if you know how, and if you want to help me, let me know. I'd be happy to to be in touch. Just some other maybe potential questions I think my people have, and then a kind of a full list of the challenges and what it means. Please let me know if I can clarify on anything. All right, let me check on something really quick here, and then I will do my first take on this game. I'm so excited. Let me get pen and paper just because it's not interactive, so it can't really like save my results for me. I guess I could always look back. I guess I could always look back at the video and like see, but I'll just get my pen and paper, which is just a Sephora receipt in case you're curious. All right, so let me roll for my first prompt. I'm very nervous for some reason. All right. Roll and stop. A 9. Okay. So if I start here, then I'm going to go all the way to concealer. Oof. All right, let me make sure my pen's working here. All right, so the first prompt I got is concealer. And of course, I already forgot to mention some basic rules, is that this is just like a 5-product project. So you're basically trying to move around the board to get 5 prompts or activities from this game board using challenge wheel, spaces, whatever, following the prompts. And just get 5. And then when you do updates, you would like roll out however many and then roll the dice to see like what your next 2 roll-ins will be. And I also allowed kind of the flexibility where, given this is not an interactive game board that you can like save or whatever, like feel free to start at the beginning again if you would like to from this start tile. If you like don't remember where you were, but if you like wrote it down and kind of kept track, I think you could just start from whichever was your last prompt if you're like, returning to play again. Each space is unique, so hopefully it'll be pretty easy to find what your last prompt was. But just to mention that, yes. Okay, so my first prompt is concealer, and that's actually pretty easy for me. I have my little collection right here, so I'll try to go, show you guys as I go. But I have a concealer palette here, and that's just something that I need to keep using. So let me go ahead and do a usage goal for this. This is kind of where this comes in handy. Again, if the wheel's not working for you, I have a link to the wheel itself. 25 uses it looks like. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So after you like turn the wheel, you can either remove it from the list if you don't want it to come up again, or you can just close it and it'll stay on the wheel. So up to you. I'm trying to make this sort of flexible for you, but also like, still keeps the elements. All right, let's go to my next prompt. I got a 5. So concealer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bronzer. Which bronzer should I use? Oh man, I am kind of in between powder bronzers right now, so it might be interesting to just go ahead and pick one. Let's go ahead and pick this one. I really want to see this one used up. This is my bronzer topper that I created, that it's a Franken one, and I just like haven't really been using it, even though I meant to for the rest of the summer. I pulled another product for another project, and I starting to neglect that one. So let me go ahead and do a random use goal again for that one. And it looks like 10 uses. Okay, so I'll just make sure I focus on that. And then, oh, there it is. And then let's do my next one. Okay, 5 again. So I'm starting from bronzer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A powder, okay. I think I mean a face powder when I wrote this prompt, but I mean, if you just want to use any powder product, that's fine too. But for my powder, I am going to try to focus on my loose powder. Here is a Franken loose powder that I made, and while I was on my trip, I didn't use it, so I kind of want to get back on it. So let me go ahead and do a random use goal for that as well. Another 25? Oof, all right. Maybe not removing it is starting to bite me. All right, let me actually just do this one. Ooh, doubles, 10. Okay. Powder to colorful eyeshadow. Oh boy. Colorful eyeshadow. I will go with, did I bring out my colorful eyeshadow? I didn't. Not too much. No, not too many options right now. But I need to focus back on this palette again, but let's go ahead and choose this kind of purplish shade. Sorry, you can't see it very well in this lighting. This purplish shade in the middle here, I really like it. And I know it's not super duper colorful, but it's color to me. And actually, I have another option too, but I don't know if I'm ready to keep using this. I have this Franken palette that has some colorful like outer corner shades, but I think I'll stick with that purple one that I showed you because I need to focus on that palette again. So let me do that one, and I will do another random use prompt for this. Ooh, choose your use. Okay, I will use it, I think 15 times. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. All right, one last time. My 5th one. Okay, another 5. Oops. Colorful eyeshadow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, lipstick. Do I have a good lipstick out right now? Well, that's only gonna mean one thing, right? Lipstick palette. So I am really aiming to hit pan on this top shade here right now. It's like, like the bane of my existence right now. So I've been mixing these two a lot. So let me go ahead and just aim for a usage goal on that, on these two together maybe. And then that will be my 5th prompt. Yeah. Is it really going to end on long haul? Oh, wait, what is this one? 20 uses. Okay. I was so scared. I could not do that shit. All right. So that pretty much wraps up my first play on this. And I would say it worked pretty well. As you can see, I have some really, I think, unique products in terms of finish at jail would be like, if you actually what it starts is, oh no, you broke your no buy if you land on this space, go to jail. And then this is finish at jail, where you have to choose a product to finish. Up to you if you want it to be a short-term finish or a long-term finish, but just to have that in mind. And then if you pass by this one, it's just browsing and you'll get to roll again. And same thing if you land on here. So I think all in all, I've managed to explain most of it. If you have any questions, please visit the site and also message me or comment about any changes or clarifications that I can make. I would be happy to consider those. So